not uncommon for video game developers or publishers to completely change a game when releasing it on a different region. This can happen because they have to obey that region's laws regarding video games, like Germany having stricter rules regarding violence in video games, for example. Or because the publisher managed to snag a partnership and wants to include it in their game, like for example, James Buster Douglas for the Mega Drive. Or in the case of this video, because they already had the rights to a more popular character. Sega of America, for example, was infamous for changing games to better fit the US market. I'm sure by now everyone already knows at least a few examples of this, like how Super Turbo Adventure became Decap Attack, or how the storylines in Streets of Rage 3 was altered for its Western release. But Sega of America wasn't the only major Sega distributor to do this. In fact, there was another Sega distributor who arguably meddled and changed games even more than they did. I'm talking about Brazil's official Sega representative, Tectoy. Now, a little disclaimer here. I'm not Brazilian, but I do speak the language. I am Portuguese after all. So, it's easier for me to research this subject than any non-Portuguese speaker. So today, we're gonna take a look at their most famous example of sprite changes, and that is turning Wonderboy 2, The Dragon's Trap, into Turma da Mônica no Castelo do Dragão. Was that too fast for you? Okay, let's take it slow. Turma da Mônica no Castelo do Dragão, or in English, Monica's class in the Dragon's Castle. I'm fairly certain everyone already knows about this sprite change though, as I've seen it mentioned on several retro gaming YouTube channels including Guru Larry. Long story short, they changed the generic main character with that of Monica. But what I haven't seen anyone discuss is, who is Monica? Why the change? Where exactly is Monica from? You see, Turma da Mônica was incredibly popular in Brazil. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's still popular over there. It's a comedic comic book series about a classroom of kids and their misadventures. The comic book has been around since the late 50s and it still has new issues to this day. There's even a spin-off aimed at a teenage demographic with a vastly different art style. Damn! Puberty hit Monica like a truck! The comic book was also pretty popular in my home country of Portugal. I used to read it as a kid, and so did a lot of my friends. Though, I honestly have no idea if kids in my country still read it today. I mean, I still see new issues being sold here and there, but that's about it. Despite this series being called Monica's Class, I'm fairly certain the main character is actually called Cebolinha, or at least, that's how I remember it. It's been some 20 years since I've read the comic books. Cebolinha, or Little Onion in English, has a speech impediment and is called Little Onion because of his hair. Then you have Monica, a super strong girl who harbors a crush for Cebolinha and is overly attached to her bunny plushie, often wielding it as a weapon. Despite having a crush on Cebolinha, she's often teased by him because she's bucktooth, which promptly ends up with her kicking the crap out of him. She doesn't stop with him though, she'll kick the crap out of anyone who gets on her bad side. Hell, she's canonically stronger than Superman. Then you have Cascão, a young boy who never bathes and is Cebolinha's best friend. You also have Magali, a young girl with an eating disorder who harbors a crush for Cascão. This is our main cast, but seeing as how the comic book has been around for over 50 years, you can imagine how large the full cast must be by now. What's interesting is that the sprite change in Wonderboy actually does a good job at staying true to the original comic book, with Monica using her plushie and super strength to take down all sorts of monsters. The issue though is that other than replacing the main character with Monica, not much else was changed. So, even though it was a great game, and a popular one at that, many Brazilian Monica fans wanted to see the rest of the cast in the game. Which they did in the Wonderboy sequel, The Dragon's Trap, which received the same treatment as its predecessor, and was released in Brazil under the title Turma da Mônica em o Resgate, or Monica's Class in the Rescue. Any Wonderboy or Master System fan will tell you that Wonderboy 3 is often considered as the best game in the series. So when you couple that with a more complete implementation into the Monica lore, the game became yet another hit for Tectoy. Taking place right after the first game, Monica managed to defeat the evil dragon, but was then kidnapped by Capitão Feio, or in English, Captain Ugly, and it's now up to his friends to save her. In the original version of Wonderboy 3 The Dragon's Trap, Wonderboy could change between animal forms, all of which had their own special ability, which allowed you to progress through the game. Here, you'll be changing between the several cast members to save her. There was quite a bit of effort put into this conversion to make the characters fit their new roles, such as the dragon being replaced by Chico Bento, the only character in the comic books with a gun, Hawkman being replaced by Angel, the Tiny Mouse Man being replaced by Cebolinha's dog, and this time even Cebolinha himself is playable. The game's manual even comes with a small comic book strip detailing the story, which was a pretty awesome thing to do. Then you have the third game in the Wonderboy series, Wonderboy in Monster World, which was converted to Monica na Terra dos Monstros, or Monica in Monsterland. I wonder if they ran out of titles. This sprite strip is also simpler than its predecessor, as it only changes Monica's sprite, the final boss, and a few other minor changes here and there. This was Monica's first, and as far as I know, only 16-bit outing, and the last game starring the comic book characters. You know, unless you want to include Flash games. But why would you want to? Now, as you probably know, Wonderboy 3 The Dragon's Trap was recently remade for modern consoles, sporting a whole new look. Sadly, Tectoy isn't responsible for publishing the new Wonderboy game in Brazil. So this is the end of Monica and Cebolinha's adventures in the Wonderboy universe. Yes! Modders took it upon themselves to give their Brazilian comrades the Wonderboy game they deserve. And you know what? This mod looks damn good. I have never played it, but from what I can see, it manages to fit the aesthetics of both the comic book and Wonderboy perfectly. Hell, even I had a huge rush of nostalgia while watching this trailer. Not because of Tectoy's release, as in Portugal we received the original unaltered games, but simply because I used to read the comic books as a kid, and watching this is bringing all sorts of memories back. And there you have it, the history of how the Wonderboy series was changed in Brazil, and how it ensured the series became hugely successful in that region. I doubt we'll ever see any major Monica releases ever again, but at least, as we've seen, modders can definitely pick up the slack on that end. Hey everyone, thank you for watching Stika's Retro Corner. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe and share this video. All that fun social media stuff. And be sure to hit that notification bell icon to know when a new video is out. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Bye!